Hello. Okay, I wanted to jump on and share with you the Seven Wonders of the World virtual field trip. Yesterday, when I went on Facebook Live, I was having a little bit of tech issues, so I wanted to just do a screen share so you can see the ins and outs of this trip. This is all set up for you with the links built in. All of the content is in here, so this would make great sub-plans if you're looking for something to leave for a guest teacher. I had a teacher share with me recently that they left a virtual field trip instead of busy work, which is what they typically would do, and their students absolutely loved having something other than a worksheet. So let me just share with you, all of the links are built in here. I've already pulled these up so you kind of can get an idea just to quickly go through everything. I'm using my mouse right now to pan around, but your students can use their keyboard if they're on a laptop and they have a mouse pad. And then these little arrows that you see allow you to, if you push the arrow here, it allows you to move around. Let me see if I'll go back over here. It just allows you to move around. So I can get actually up close and move around. So one of the things about this is that when you explore these seven wonders of the world, your students learn so much more than just what's on a page. You're building background information, you're really bringing history to life. So let me jump down to the next one. So we've got the Great Wall of China as our second destination. All of the content is in here. The Google Earth links are built in. So let me share with you this one here. So again, you have these little arrows that you can push that will take you around. If your students are using an iPad, it's the same thing. They would just press these with their finger, just like you use on a phone where you can zoom in. You can do the same thing, but how cool is this that you can actually experience the Great Wall of China right from your classroom in a very interactive way? Questions are set up in here. Now, sometimes I get questions about the response questions. I really focus on critical thinking questions. What new information did you learn about the Great Wall of China? It's really putting it back on your students to be accountable, to share what they learned. What did you observe on this tour? Use 3 adjectives to describe what you saw. So instead of really doing recall, so you could have your students answer questions about what they read, but that really assesses a student's reading skills. I'm focused more on historical thinking skills, and that's why these questions are the way that they are, but they are editable. So if you do want to focus on reading skill questions, you're welcome to change that. But just know that I've set these up with critical thinking questions to really focus on making connections and thinking about what students see, observe, and learn through their own ownership of their learning. The Taj Mahal, we've got another one here. Let me see if I can pan around. Again, super cool. You get to go right up close, walking along the pathway here. I'm going to pan around so you can see the other side. Super iconic, but again, you're getting to take your students right up close and personal. The details that you're able to actually see is so cool. Technology today is so amazing. So I'm just going to go through all of these so you have an idea of how these are set up. All of them have Google Earth links. And the thing with this is that your students can spend as much time as they please. I mean, obviously, if you have a limited schedule, but you can spend as much time observing, looking around, and that's one of the things that makes history really come to life for students, is that they can take ownership and really just take all of this in. Also, what we know is that students from more affluent homes tend to get to travel. They get to go different places and experience not just maybe places around the world, but places in their community. So I have virtual field trips, not just for destinations halfway around the world, but also destinations within the United States. So if you're studying a specific history, U.S. history, I have trips for those as well. But when students have that opportunity to experience someplace new, maybe travel or explore, they're building context and background information, and that is what really makes a difference when it comes to comprehension. If your students, for example, encountered a reading passage about Machu Picchu, and they've already, like this, explored and learned about this specific seven wonders of the world, they're going to be set up so much more for success in answering any question on that topic because they already have background information. Just like if you had a reading topic on the game of baseball, but you've never played baseball before, it's a lot harder than if you actually know about that sport. Same thing here. If you've actually experienced Machu Picchu in an interactive way and you have this context, it's going to make it a lot easier to answer those comprehension questions. But just take a look at this. I'm just navigating here so you can see how interactive this is. Again, I'm just using my mouse. So you can walk along and check all of this out. All of these links are just built in. You will want to make sure that you have access to Google Earth in order to take advantage of all of these tours. So just make sure that is available in your, but not that it's not blocked behind like a firewall or something. You might have to talk to your school to get that adjusted. But you can do this on a tablet, download Google Earth on a tablet, and still take advantage of all of the same sites here. So you can see this moves us around. Some of these are a little different in the way that they navigate and move you kind of quickly through each of the locations, but how amazing. This is really what makes such a big difference today. I really think this is a game changer when it comes to learning. Christ the Redeemer in here. Let me see. I think I have for this one an example of the harbor. This is in Brazil. So cool. And then I want to also point out your students actually get 8 locations because the Giza necropolis has honorary status. So the Giza pyramids is sometimes what it's called, or the Giza pyramid complex. This has honorary status. So your students do get to also experience the pyramids of Giza as well. So again, all of this is set up. You could use this as an interactive learning experience, leave this for sub-plans, or maybe use this as a bell ringer. Do one destination each day that your students come into class, or maybe use this as an early finisher. They can do one destination on their own. Lots of different uses for this. Also, let's say you are not a Google Classroom school. So you, this is set up in Google Slides. You can actually just go File and then download this as a Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you are a Microsoft school and you download this as a PowerPoint, you'll have the ability to assign that in your learning management system. And all of the links are, because they're built in, they'll still be live links for your students. So you can use this and get the same experience. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. Don't forget the TPT sale is happening now, so you can get this at a discount until midnight, February 7th. All right, thanks for checking this out.